The NBA draft starts tomorrow, so I'm going to do my top 10 mock draft in under 60 seconds. At 1, I have Donovan Clingan. I think the Hawks move away from Clint Capella and they try to keep Trae Young. And the Trae Young Donovan Clingan lob throw would be dynamic. At 2, I have Sarr to the Wizards. Sarr is a two-way player that can get a bucket at any time, but is also an elite rim protector. He met with the Wizards and worked out with them, but refused to do the same with the Hawks. So I think he goes here at number 2. At 3, I have Reed Shepard to the Rockets. He's a really smart player for his age, and he's dynamic at the point guard spot. He's a two-way player that I think would fit really well with Jalen Green and Amen Thompson. At 4, I have Rasasher to the Spurs. A lot of people have him going number 1 due to his upside. I just think the 3 guys before him have proved more, but I think the Spurs would love to pick up another French player with a ton of upside. At 5, I have Buzelis to the Pistons. He's got great size. He can play good on and off ball on offense. And I think he's that secondary weapon to Cade Cunningham that the Pistons need so desperately. I think if he gets drafted by the Pistons, he's going to have a phenomenal rookie year. At 6, I have Castle to the Hornets. The Hornets were the worst defensive team in the league last year, and Castle has great size at 6'6", and he's an elite defender. I think he's kind of the opposite of LaMelo Ball, and I think they'll play really, really well off each other. At 7, I have Dalton Knecht to the Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers have to go offense here, and Knecht's a pretty good offensive player. The downside to him, he's a little bit on the older side, and I don't love him as a prospect. But I also don't trust that Portland is the best drafting team, so I think they would reach for him here. At 8, I have Saloon going to the Spurs. I know it's a bit of a reach that the Spurs would take 2 French players with 4 and 8, but Saloon has a ton of upside, and he played with Victor Wembanyama already in his career. Most people have him as a lottery pick, so I think it's pretty realistic that the Spurs would take him here. At 9, I have the Grizzlies getting Ron Holland. The Grizzlies really need some length and somebody that could beat someone off the dribble from the wing spot. Guys like Desmond Bane are really good, but he's not going to beat you off the dribble and get to the rim. People have really mixed reviews on Ron Holland, but I think fit-wise, he fits great here with Memphis. I think he could be a really good 2 or 3 to Ja Morant and Desmond Bane. But at 10, I have the Jazz picking up Rob Dillingham. A lot of people have Dillingham flying down their boards, but he's one of the most talented offensive point guards in this whole draft. The Jazz have a really good front court with guys like Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen, but they could really use that Donovan Mitchell-esque player from the guard position that could do it all. And Dillingham fits that perfectly. I said I was going to do it in under 60 seconds, but there's a 2-minute video for you. That's my top 10. I'm going to come out with a blog tomorrow on the Hashmark Sports website going way more in depth than I did here.